Good morning. Today I am working on some backgrounds. I don't really have a clear idea what I'm doing. I am just going to cut some pieces of paper and see where we go. I have some um, combinations that I want to try and see how they come out. And then after that, I probably will just play around, see what we come up with. And I should have cut these before, but I actually wasn't sure if I was going to do this today or Friday. But then I signed up for a class in the afternoon on Friday, so here I am. So I'm just gonna get as prepped as I can. This is an 8.5 by 11 US letter size paper or cardstock that I'm cutting into quadrants. So they'll each measure 5.5 inches by 4.25. And this is like the kind of standard US card size. The other standard size for me anyway, there's been debate on whether it's an actual card size or not, but is when you take an A4 and you split it into quadrants. It's called here, at least by most people, an A6. And then, fun fact, the corresponding size envelopes are the same number, but it starts with C instead of A. So this is an what is this? This is an A2 card, this 8.5 by 11 in quadrants, and so you need a C2 envelope. And I hope I remembered the right number too, because I'm going to sound like a fool otherwise. And I'm pretty sure it's this one is considered A2, and then the A4 cut into quadrants is an A6. And I'm cutting it into quadrants because these are going to be panels that will sit on a card base. So this is just a panel that I'll do a background on, and then this one, if I fold it in half, would be the card base that I attach that to. Card making is pretty easy once you have all the stuff. If you don't have the stuff and you want to do something, it's not so easy. Thank God there is so much stuff. All right. So, as I said, I'm just going to play around with some backgrounds. I have a couple of like a neutral one and a couple that are more like for a male-oriented card. And then I have like a purple combination and like a sunset that I wanted to do. Just playing around. But I'm going to start kind of in order and get all of this away so I have room. If you do not know, this is Distress ink. It's by Ranger. Tim Holtz is, I guess, the creator or this creator of it. And it is water soluble ink, which means it reacts when it gets wet. You can use it for watercoloring as well. You can change how it looks once you have it down. If you splash water on it and pick up the water, it's actually really fun to play with. And that is why I have it today. I have, there are, let me get my trusty color chart. This has all of my colors for every medium that I use. So Copics, this is Copics, this is my pencils, what my pencils look like on black. This is Distress, And these are actually old. Have been new colors that have come out since, and I haven't just had a chance to download and update my color sheets. So there's actually more. There are two versions of Distress ink. There is Distress ink and Distress oxide. Ink is just like a plain ink and it's water soluble. Distress oxide is more like a chalky ink. So it gives you the same color as you can see, but it blends a lot better. It's a lot creamier, but it's chalky afterwards. And unless I'm really like in the mood for that, or if I want that effect, I don't use it. But I have them all of them. So we're gonna just work with Distress ink today because that is my preference. There are another 3 or 4 or 5 colors that I have, and I'll update this eventually. Just have not had time. But I'm gonna play. So like this first combination is shaded lilac. So it's gonna start off with a really light purple, and then go to this kind of neutral-ish brown, tan, grayish color, and then over to black. So I have a bunch of brushes, or blending brushes, and most of them have been used before and kind of color coordinated. So this is what I use for purples, and that's what I use for like blacks, and I'll probably use that one for both. I do have more in case I need real precision, but it's not often. I'm gonna have a paper towel just to wipe the kind of excessive ink off of the brushes afterwards. And I am going to have my Distress sprayer, which works in a kind of weird way, not a normal. I should have filled it too. Sorry. You'll see that after. And I think this is empty, but I have one that's with just water. This one, maybe. I also have one that's filled with alcohol ink, so sniff test. This is ink. This is alcohol, not water. Okay, so my water one is empty, but I'm going to go fill it quick. Be right back. Okay. So now I'm all wet, and this is all wet, and it's filled with water. So we'll use both of these after just to kind of get some cool effects. And then we'll need more paper towel. For afterwards. So I'm just going to use this blender that I did not clean properly after. I'm going to load some ink on the brush, and I'm going to start. This mat is also by Ranger Tim Holtz. It's a distressed mat, so that you can start the ink off the paper and then slowly glide it on, so there is no splotches of ink that happen. And you probably can't see anything. It's coming on really, really light. This ink is like really fun to play with. But it does take a little bit of time. It's much easier. I should probably just grab the same colors in oxides and show you what that looks like so you can see the difference. This is a pretty light color anyway, so we're not going to get any like really vibrant results with this. It's very muted and soft. I'm just going a little bit further down the page because the way that this blends is you have to put the colors overlapping. So up here is where the strongest, darkest color will be. And then we'll switch over to the gray. And this is a darker color, so I'm going to have to be somewhat gentle. So that I can get a good blend. So it kind of overlaps. And there's like not a very clear transition. And then we'll go over twice just to further blend it nicely. So, and then we'll just switch to black. These inks also have refills, so when this pad gets dry, you can just drip some more on. I think my dog is sad that she didn't come in with me today. I can hear her laying outside the door. I'm just going to go slightly higher so that it blends in nicely with both. And then we'll do it all over again. And there is some black on here, so I'm just going to use the wet part and clean this up so I don't cross-contaminate. And I'll go back to the purple. And what I'm actually going to do too is grab, this is quite big, but I'm just going to grab a Post-it so that I can hold on to the paper and not get all inky and put ink everywhere. So here I'm not really more trying to add color, I'm just trying to smooth out that blend so it's more seamless. And the way to do that is to go further down. So that the two colors have a light, it's not really looking the same in person as it is on the camera, but you'll just have to take my word for it. Blending those, going back to the gray. Probably should cover that sticky part so it doesn't get in my way. And I'm going to more work on the blend between the gray and the black, and then slowly go up into the purple. Because I want this blended very well. And this is already very well blended. And then I'll use the black again and just go up into the gray a little bit. So it looks a little bit more even. Just really softly. So then you have a transition. It looks really spotty on the camera, but I'm going to see if I can focus. There we go. And it's a pretty good blend, just going softly down from purple into gray into black. There's a few spots here that could be fixed. I'm just trying to make it softer. I think I'm going to bring the gray up just a little bit more. Blend out this line. I'm trying to do smaller circles so the camera can keep up. Is there any lag with the speed going as it is? Yeah. And there we are. So this will be a background to a card. I'm not exactly sure what yet, but I wanted to see what the color combination was. And I do like it, and I do think it's masculine enough. So I'm going to keep it. And then I'm going to use the small mister, and I'm just going to lightly spray and then dab up with paper towel. And you'll be able to see pretty immediately that you get some nice spots. So it looks more weathered, I guess. And what the water does is just kind of like interrupt the ink. It doesn't take it away completely, just interrupts it. So I'm going to let that dry and go on to the next one, which was kind of also a blue, like almost a blue version of that. So brown, medium blue, and light blue. Switch out my, this is my well-used blue. And it doesn't look like I actually have one for brown. I have been on such a learning spree, more so probably since COVID hit and I couldn't go anywhere. So I've been really expanding all of the mediums that I use. And this was one of the first ones that I've been playing with these for so many years. It's taken a long time to get my collection. But this is one of my first loves in card making. You make some really interesting backgrounds with it for very, very little effort. This is a smaller brush, but it's just the one that I happen to use for blue. I like this size better. So I'm going to go from light blue to medium blue to a brown. Oh, smaller circles, slower circles. There's something like very like cathartic about doing this, because you can just sit here and like lose yourself in making these little circles. think this one could use a refill. It is my most used probably, because anytime I do a sky with Distress ink, this is the color I use. But it's just so relaxing. Just having fun. Lots of little circles. Wish I could have some music on, but I don't want to get nailed by not having paid a licensing fee for music that I like. Yeah, but I wiped the dust off here. It has been a while since I've used them. So now I'm going to go into the medium, and generally, like, you can put them anywhere that you want, but generally with a 3 mix, I like each portion, like the card to be divided equally into thirds. A third for each color. Just slowly going up so that I can blend these two colors together. And also down so that I can blend the brown and blue together. And the more layers you put on, the darker it gets as well. So I don't really, although I want the card to be dark, I'm going to be doing this a couple of times just to make sure that I have a really nice blend. So I'm not so worried about how deep the color is right now, because it'll get more later. And now ground espresso, which is a beautiful rich brown. Oop. So when you don't start off, you get little swirl marks, but when you start off and you come up, there's less of them. Slowly fade this in. And then because I didn't start off, I have a really dark spot right there that now I need to fix. So I will go darker on this one, just so it looks even, or somewhat even. This is a really fun medium to play with, and the possibilities are just endless with it. It's very zen. Not a lot, not on your... Oh, good. So I'm not dropping frames or anything. Thanks for letting me know. Good. Good, good, good. So turn it around and get going again after I clean up this. Just starting at the top, adding a little bit more color, evening out what's already there. Starting to go down in and blend that mix. Anytime you're doing anything, really anything art related, if you want two colors to mix together well, I mean nothing like a red and a green because you're just going to get brown there, but for other colors like these two blues, you just need a little bit of each. And it doesn't matter if it's distress ink or alcohol markers or pencils or watercolor, acrylic paint. You want to get a good blend, just mix the two colors you're blending. Now go back into the medium. And I'll start off so I don't ruin everything I've already made. And I'm going to do this in smaller sections because I really want to concentrate on the blending and also the depth of color. Some colors are obviously easier to blend than others. You're never going to get like a completely smooth transition between such difference in colors and how dark they are. Occasionally there is a frame drop and the slow circles are working. Okay, that's good. I'll stick with slow. Obviously this can go much faster, but I guess it gives you a better chance to see what's actually happening too. So I have a little shelf of color right there that I'm trying to add more color to blend it out better. But I do not think that I really care. I think I like how this is looking, so. And I'm probably going to spatter it with water, so I'm not even sure anyone would notice. You'll notice now because I pointed it out to you, but slow circles. Nice soft transition from a light blue to a medium blue. And then with the brown, I'm not going to plan to add a lot more color. I mean, it's going to happen because it's such a dark color anyway, but really I just want to just softly go over this meat area and make it a little softer. I'm going to go back in with this blue. Let's see. Oop, slow. I'm going to come a little bit further down. And just smooth out that transition. Like that. I think I'll give it one more pass. I like how the two blues are transitioning. That's a good mix from light to medium. And then I'm just going to deepen the color around here. So it is more of a medium. Yeah, I like that. I'm not going to put any more ink, but I'm just going to just go across it slowly. Yeah. So this time we'll use the Distress Sprayer, which always takes a while to go, but this is good because it gives very uneven circles, and now you can really see that, how it's just making like a spot in the paint. And I'm going to dab on some of these bigger ones and pick up some paint so they get a little bit lighter. And that is a really good background. I don't know what I'll use it for, but I will use it. Now that this one is dried, you can really see, I think. Let me just make sure it's focused. A lot of the smaller dots from the water. So now we'll let this dry. We may or may not do anything with those today. I might save them and make cards with them later. Depends on the time. I don't want to go too long today. I do have a kind of a list of things to do. So, all right. The next one is more of a neutral-ish card. And it's going to go from a, this is called tea dye, and it's a nice light coffee brown, into vintage photo, which is like a medium brown, and ending with chipped sapphire, which is a really deep blue. I think that's one of my favorite blues in this whole collection. And yesterday I did not drink at all during stream, and I really felt it, so I need to take a lot of water breaks today. Okay, so because we're using the same colors, I'm just going to use the same brushes. And let's start with the lightest. Actually, I think with this one, no. I'm debating in my head if I want to have diagonal stripes of color. So they would be like this and then that. I think it will. I think I'll change it up a bit. And I started on the paper again. It's okay. It's the very beginning. This is a beautiful reddish brown color. And I'm just going to take the time to kind of even out the color just a little bit more. Nothing has to be anything. It's all what you want. But I would like less splotches. And I do need to come down so that there is a good area for the medium brown to blend into. That's a little bit better. And then, oh, darker brown. There's water on my mat. So if I divide it, the card like this, it should be about that much. So there's still water on my mat. What's going on? So I'll start down here. Cover up that stripe that I just made. And blend. Just bringing some down so that the blue can mix into it, and then I'll go back and deepen where this main like line of color should be. So it's going to go like this way. I think the next time I use this color, I'll concentrate on making it a little bit darker so there's more of a transition between these two. Especially since this blue is really, really dark. That one, and then start with the blue. And again, I'm wet. That's not what she said. Stop. All right, because this one is so dark, I am definitely going to start off the paper. And I know it really doesn't look dark right now, but I'm going very lightly. It's really hard to stop it and slow down the circles. I'm used to doing this in a certain speed, I guess. I really actually think this needs to be filled as well. But now is not the time to do that. Take a bit to find it, and then everything will be super dark until the ink has a chance to get soaked up into the pad. This is the blue that I use for a lot of like really dark night skies. Makes a very good dark sky, and then transitioning into like a black or a dark gray or something. I wonder though if I'm gonna get away with not being able to refill this. I really don't want to. But I really want the color to be true as well. Oh, small circles, slow circles. It looks a little bit brighter on the camera that I can see, but it's more of like a beautiful deep navy color. So where that line of brown and blue meets, I'm just going over it multiple times. All right, now I'm going to go back with the lighter one, which really doesn't need too much at all. Just going to more focus on this blend here. Like that. And now I'm going to really try and deepen this color a lot more. I'm going primarily like where I think this stripe will be. I'll focus on that area and then blend out. I really just want the color there. Like that. So then you can actually see there's a difference between these two colors. Now I'm going to lightly blend them together. And I'll go back with the lighter one after. And focus on this blend. I ran around like a chicken with my head cut off most of the morning. Not most of the morning, but in 10 minutes before leaving the house with my son, because we couldn't find his boots. He has red winter boots. Really big, heavy, thick red winter boots. And they were just gone. Couldn't figure out what he did with them, where he hid them, if he hid them. Had no idea. So we just put another pair of boots on and sent him with them. Only to find out that they were at school. He did not come home in his big winter red boots yesterday. So I ran around like a chicken for no reason. And that was before I had water, coffee, no coffee, water, breakfast, anything. So it was a good morning. And take this medium, any extra off of this. And then just go in and with this light one more time. And then I'm ready to call this one done. I'm just going to focus on where these two colors meet. Go down into the medium a little bit and then up. And there you go. And I think I want smaller circles, so I'm going to use the little mister and just make it look like leather in a way. And let that dry. And the one from the second one that we did is dry, and you can really see the difference where it just moves the ink out of the way. Makes it a little bit darker around where the water was and gives it a really nice kind of spidering effect. So this one will more look like suede when it's done. Hooray! Those are the three that I had, like, more for masculine cards or neutral-ish. The three color combinations. So not too bad. This one, I still kind of think this one is more girly. But, because who doesn't like black and purple? It doesn't make sense. Ain't that always the way? Yeah, it is always the way. At least for me, it seems to be the way. The crazy mornings. Otherwise, it was really nice. The boy listened, did what he was told, actually did try and put his boots on when I asked him to. Small miracles. All right. Now I'm going to go in the complete opposite direction. And we're going to play with purples. This purple is my favorite color. And we're going to do a 4 ink blend. We're going to do a light, 2 mediums, and a dark. This way, like that. And I was thinking, I made this card before. I don't know if I did it on stream or not, but I made this card before, and I was thinking of having it come out like that. But I actually think I just want up and down transition from light to dark. So I need my purple brush. And, or maybe I can do it horizontally. Maybe I'll do it horizontally. Just prepping. Water break. Okay. Shaded lilac, the lightest one. Just gonna see if there's any ink on my hand. This is a messy, messy medium. And I love it. But if you don't like getting your hands dirty while doing this stuff, like finger painting, if finger painting isn't for you, then this is probably not the way that you want to use it. I know many people say they can do it and they can be clean, but I call bull crap. I think part of the fun is getting your hands dirty. You know, the messiest burgers are always the most delicious ones. Dripping all down your arm. Those are the ones that you want. And you have to get messy for them. Who wants to eat that with a fork and a knife? Nobody. Nobody's sane, anyway. All right. Small circles. Slow circles. We just did the time change here in Norway this past weekend. And I am still struggling. It's always the whole week after the time change that just hurts so much. I say this to everyone I talk to. I don't even understand why we're still doing it. I don't think there's a need for it. Just pick one and stick with it. Everyone just pick one. And stop torturing us. Pure torture. All right, Wilted Violet, and I'm going to start off because now we're going into a darker color. Oh, small, slow circles. I wonder, if I sing a song, can I get in trouble for that? I mean, not that anyone wants to hear me sing, but would I get in the same trouble? Because then I wouldn't actually be playing a song, I'd be singing a song. Probably, huh? I guess I'm going to have to create a Spotify account. I really don't want another account to something, but my friend swears by it. Hey, but do you have to pay for it? Or is there like a free version and you're like limited? Or is it just all pay? I don't really know how it works. Is what all pay? Spotify. How does Spotify work? Is there like a free version or is it just all like a monthly subscription thing? I have heard that they have like a playlist or some playlists that are good that you can play while you're streaming and not get in trouble. Um, in times like this, like where I don't really have a lot to explain, just stuff to do, it'd be nice to have some music. But I don't know how Spotify works, and you do. You can listen to it for free with ads. Then I'd probably get in trouble for having ads on my thing. And you can have a subscription. And subscription is no ads. I know you prefer subscription because you listen to it a lot, I guess. I probably wouldn't listen to it outside of this. I did hear about a thing called Pretzel too. Another streamer mentioned it. He has like a playlist, and you totally would. Music is life. Yes, music is life, and I agree. I do have music on my phone, but it's from like when I first moved here, and my husband gave me his phone. And then he got a new one. Still has the music on it from that. He did put corn on it for me though, so that's really nice. But then there's other stuff that I don't really listen to. I don't mind it when he has it on, but I don't um I don't listen to it myself because I want to. I'm getting so many ideas with this color, this background. It'd be nice to have like just silhouetted flowers in the foreground. But confirmation is coming up too, so could use this for a confirmation card. When is confirmation? May, I think, right? I think so. I think I can use some of these backgrounds too for some of my design team stuff. Because now I'm thinking purple, confirmation. I have 3 cards I need to make, or 3 projects I need to complete, make for next month. And I think this would be an excellent background for one of those. I think I might just do that. Look at that blend. I gotta say, it looks so much nicer in person than on the camera. That looks really spotty on camera, and it looks more blue than purple, at least from the preview that I have. But this is just a gorgeous purple combo. I'm really happy with this. I want to get this Wilted Violet a little stronger. This one was my favorite purple before this newest dark purple came out. And you can get this really like just so deep and beautiful. You just have to put a lot of layers on. It's a shame it doesn't really come through as it does in real life. And I don't know how to change that either. I might try and shut my lights off and see if like the natural sunlight from the room might give it like a better representation of the color. Because this is just gorgeous. So gorgeous. I am going to try that. It's going to go dark for a bit. And, ooh, sorry. Jeez. My water bottle is so large it gets in the way of everything. So let me shut this off. And shut this off. And that's just from the light. Does that look the same color? It's just such a beautiful purple. All right, let's try. Actually, that one's not too bad, right? It's this light. Oh, now I can't tell. I don't know. Now it looks blue on the preview for me, but in real life it's just gorgeous, gorgeous purple blend. And I think I'm going to do a combination of distressing with this, which this is why it's called distressing. I'm going to do a little bit of that and just a couple. Yeah, like that. Just a couple of bigger spots. I'm going to let the water sit and move the ink a little bit more. And I'm going to dry off my mat. And we're going to let that dry. And this one, it's not completely dry, but it's more dry. And I really do like how it just looks like leather suede kind of texture. All right, I had a couple more that I wanted to play with. I was trying to think I should probably do like a green combo though too. That would be nice. What was my next desire? Oh, it was like a blue and purple. Okay, so I'm going to use these two. And the lightest blue. So it's not going to be really all that dark, because these are really pretty light colors. But should be a good color combo, but we'll see. Oh, I didn't clean off the blue, did I? I see a little bit of remnants of the darkest blue color that I had. Can't really be helped now, but yep, there it is. I told you that blue was dark. Okay. We'll try again. I might actually have to load this one up too. Maybe I should just have a maintenance day where I do all of my marker maintenance, all my ink refilling, pencil sharpening. Just have that all on one day. Wouldn't that be fun? I guess just the people who like organizing. There's more blue when the light is on, if that makes any sense. Yes, I was seeing the same thing. I don't know how true my preview is, color-wise. I would guess it would be exact, but exact like what you see versus what I see. But that purple is just really gorgeous. It's such a great color combo. I definitely will use that in the future. But this one is going to be blue, light purple, dark purple. And I don't know what we would use this card for, this panel for. We can figure something out. But I just wanted to play. Just evening out the blue, and then I'm gonna bring a very light layer down here so that the purple has something to blend into. And then this is that shaded lilac color. So this one is going to need many layers to even make an impact because it's so light. Especially since I have some of the darker blue up on the top now. And the blue isn't as light as it should be. You live and you learn. It's just playing, so. Although I'm starting to think just art in general is just playing, all of it. When I'm making something specific, I get, as you probably, if you watched yesterday, I get a little detail oriented. A little bit of a perfectionist. And I'm happier when I don't do that, but I can't really stop myself from doing that as well. So I think maybe I just need to change my mindset. I just feel a greater sense of responsibility, like when someone orders something specifically. I feel like I need to give them the very best version of that because they're paying money, so they deserve the best. But I definitely have more fun when I'm just doing this kind of stuff. Just playing to play. Let's see what kind of backgrounds we can make today. It's now Dusty Concord. What do you think this base could be? What kind of card would it be good for? This one still also looks blue. More like blue violet than the pure violet that it is. I don't know if you'll have enough light though if I... What is this? You have to tell me how this looks now. Oh, it almost looks worse. Tell me what you see. Maybe we can play with the lights as well. Is that better or worse? Birthday, first day of summer, first day of school, condolences. Those are all really good suggestions. Well, I could see that with all of them. The condolence card, you could stamp some flowers and silver emboss them. I think the light is, let's see, I see blue, a lighter blue, and then purple. Okay. It's blue, a lighter purple, and then purple. But if you're seeing blue, I mean, if you're seeing purple down here instead of the kind of blue violet that it was, that might be better. But I think the light is better. So put the lights back on? Or is the light better now? What color am I on? I don't know. I think I'm on this one. If you put a rainbow on the card, gay weddings. Yes, I have done so many rainbow cards. So many rainbow cards. Maybe we'll do one after this. I only had one more that I wanted to try. So we can pull out all the colors after. Yes, the light on. Okay, this is too dark. Let me put the light on. But you can see that it's more purple now. So when it turns back to blue violet, you saw it was purple in the beginning. But thank you for telling me. I still haven't quite figured out the technology behind all of this stuff. I just make art, man. I don't know. So now I am focusing on the lines between the darker purple and the medium purple so that you have a really nice soft transition. And it's much nicer in person than what the camera shows. So that's kind of sad for me. If I make it nice for the camera, I think I'll overwork it. But it looks really good in person and not as splotchy. And it's a really good transition too. So now I'm just going to come up here with this medium color and overlap a bit more. And then I'll come in with the blue. And we'll just fine tune it till it looks how we want it to. Oh, slow, small circles. Just working on these blending areas. Get them a little bit softer. Yeah. And then I'll do one more time down here, but I'm going to start the medium first. Just more where these two colors meet. And then back to the dark. I think I'm going to just deepen up the bottom just a little bit more. Yes, like that. So that also doesn't look as smooth. I guess distress is a little bit harder to have on camera. Maybe I should make it a little blurry. Then it would work more better. And I'm going to do some bigger distressing on this one. I'm going to pull away that water because I actually don't want it to get white. The longer you leave it on the water, the lighter it gets. Pushes away more color. I like it. I like it a lot. And that is this finished one. Now that it's dried. Nice. All right. The next one I wanted to work with is kind of a tropical one. The more colors you use on these, the better they are, but I am just going to use 3. So we are going with mustard seed, ripe persimmon, villainous potion, which if I could ever be a color in real life, it would be this one. Not because I'm a villain, but because it's just a gorgeous purple. All right, I need a reddish orange, and I need a yellow. Oh, that's yellow. And then we'll do rainbow. How long do we have? We have another half hour. We'll do this one and then we'll do a rainbow one. Because rainbows are always fun. Take away the dog hair. It's always an extra bonus. And yellow. Let me just... Oh, I used this with distress oxide last time. And you can see that because I'm getting a cloudy sheen on my pad. Deep yellow. I'm going to deepen the corners and the top. And then bring it down a little bit further so this one has a little bit. Do I ever clean these things? Probably not, I guess. I guess I just clean as I go. There's yellow everywhere. Okay. This is a beautiful coral kind of color. I want this to be really vibrant, so I'm working to get a lot of color in the center. And then when there's not as much ink on the blending brush, I can start to come up and get a really good blend between them. It's magic. So it's slowly transitioning, and I'm just going to work on that kind of like shelf. Like a shelf, I call it that's what I think of it as, shelf of color. And just, oh, it's so hard to remember to do slow circles. And just deepen that up so there's a greater, not really supposed to do this, but circles are always better. but I'm happier with that. And then I'm just going to bring a little bit, I mean, it is down into the purples at this point, but just don't want any blues on there. I just want a little bit of a lighter transition. So I'm putting a lighter layer so the purple has something to blend into. Oh, it's so zen to do this. I feel like I'm ruining it with talking. Can you hear the brush moving across the paper? Does that be like a good ASMR video, right? Distress ink ASMR. You can't hear it? Oh no. What if I move the mic? I'm going to move it down. Maybe you can hear it then. Tell me. Let me get my headphones. Okay. All right. Did I hit my camera too? Professional. Professional. Nope, still can't hear it. Okay. Well, then I'm going to move this back and out of my way. Okay, sorry about that. I was hoping you could. Maybe if I could figure out a way to like focus it. Maybe that would work. I'm just working still on the where the colors meet. I'm bringing the yellow a bit further down to give it a nicer transition. Like that. And then I'll go back in with this coral color. I just dropped that, so I need another one. Go back in with this coral color and work on this transition a little bit more. Add some of this color further up. Like that. And then come back in here, deepen this up here, and really lightly blend with the yellow that I just added. Like that. Go over just really quickly with the purple again. And I'm going to call that done. And that is a beautiful sunset. And I will mist distress just the top because that's supposed to be like the sky. So I'm just going to angle it a bit and make sure it hits the purple and a little bit where the purple meets the coral. Yes. Okay. We have 20 minutes left. So I'm going to pick the colors for the rainbow. I want a gorgeous red. I think I'm going to do festive berries. Festive berries, carved pumpkin, squeezed lemonade, mowed lawn. Mermaid lagoon. And then this purple. That's what we're going to do. All right. We have that purple, but we need all the rest. So, festive berries is what I thought. Okay. And carved pumpkin. Oh, I do have one called Crackling. No, that's like a darker. That's like more of an orange red. It's one of the new colors, so I don't have it on there. Oh, blonde. What blue did I say? Salty Ocean or Mermaid Lagoon? I think Mermaid. Okay. And well, Villainous Potion. We won't have as much space, but it it'll be fun. Just have to now spread these all out so that I can get into them when I need them. Move this. Card, and I have purple. I can use that one for orange. Let me just get that off. Yellow, orange. I need a blue and a green, and that's black, and that's blue, yellow. I think I've lost some brushes. All right, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Here we go. I actually took a class once that was all about every card was a rainbow card. And it was the most fun class I think I've ever taken. No, maybe not ever taken, but for Distress Ink, it was so much fun. I still even have some of those cards. I didn't want to sell them because I liked them too much. I could just recreate them, but it was so much fun. Get a little pride going up in this place, huh? I can't do small circles because there's too many and I only have 20 minutes. So I hope my phone doesn't throw up or the camera doesn't throw up. We'll just have to see. Yellow. Green. Maybe next stream I'll take all of these card fronts and do something with them. Although I did sign up for another class again. I really could. I really would just be a professional student if I could just do it all the time from the comfort of my home. Yep. Green. Blue. The desk keeps moving because I'm doing so many fast circles. But I don't have time for small circles. Because doesn't it go so much faster? This is what I usually do. But I'm probably dropping frames. Yeah. Yeah. OBS is really not happy with me. Keeps popping up little warnings. So I probably changed a setting that I shouldn't have. I'll go back to small circles. And then I will have to figure out what setting I changed. What it was before and change it back. How about medium speed? Doesn't seem to mind those. Nope, doesn't like that. That's too fast. That's better, apparently. Slow circles it is. Oh, it's going to be so painful. Need to grab this error when it does it. I think it took so long. All right. Now I have all the colors in there, but they're not exactly even, so I need to fix that. And how I'm going to fix that, because the problem is down here, is I'm going to go backwards. I've already done the purple, so yes, finally. Okay, I got the error message, so I'll figure that out after. The purple is fine. I don't care that it's not that much, but the blue and the green are disproportionately sized. So I'm just going to bring the blue further up and kind of make a turquoise in between. And blend the blue down into the purple. blend it out with the green. So there's a good turquoise there, and put some yellow. Oh no! See, this is why I keep the mat clean. And I didn't, and now I have green stripes in there. Oh, let's see if I can cover them. Okay. Now orange again. Really nice. Red. Want a smoother. It looks really choppy on camera. It's actually not that bad. There. And I think I'm going to bring the blue even further up. Into the green. Because I didn't really do that so evenly. So turquoise. And then go over that meeting area again. And I went into the yellow and purple. I'm going to call that done. So yeah, apparently I'm just going to throw these back where they go and not clean them. That's the new thing to do. Clean off my mat. Move all these out of the way. And just recap. You can pick favorites too. All right, so this, the rainbow one, sunset, blue and purple mix, the purple, which looks blue. And then the neutrals. Not bad for a day's work. Do you have any favorites? I wish there wasn't a 20-second delay. Of course, the rainbow is the best, but probably tied. I love the sunset one, and then this purple one, which doesn't look the same in real life. It's just amazing, and I'm definitely going to use that. But that is all for today. It's 1 o'clock, so I'm gonna have some lunch really quick and then go do all the in real life stuff that I have to do. So I will see you next week, and I think we will take some of these backgrounds and make them into cards. So have a good day. Take care. I'll see you later. Bye.